Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building a store here on the island of Windenburg, and I absolutely love the way this build turned out. This is one of my most favorite builds I have ever done, so I really hope you guys do like it. I think this build is so cute, and I just really like it a lot. This is definitely very much my style with the whole kind of rustic theme with the plants and everything in the garden. I just absolutely love it. So hopefully you guys will like it too, but of course let me know what you guys think. And the idea for this build actually came from a suggestion from one of you guys, and I am so sorry. I totally forgot to write the comment down because as soon as I read it, I was like, yes, I will do this. This is like such a great idea. And then I never wrote it down, but I remembered it, so I do apologize. If it was you, I really appreciate this comment, but the suggestion was to do a community garden because I mentioned how I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do on this lot, because this is the 20 by 20 lot here on the center of the island. I've done almost all of the other lots. I have the Via Reals lot to do, and then that specialty lot. I have no idea what I want to do with the specialty lots in Windenburg yet, so if you guys have any ideas, let me know, because I'm kind of considering just leaving them for now and then like renovating them later, like down the line, like release my first version and then maybe work on those later. So let me know what you guys think about that, because I am literally stuck. But if I come up with something, then I will of course renovate them sooner than later. But anyways, so yeah, I mentioned how I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do on this lot, but I did want it to kind of fit with the whole theme that I've been going for. So the whole theme, if you've been keeping up with my builds here on the island, I've been trying to do these old cottages that have been renovated a little bit, and I got the suggestion to do a community garden, and I absolutely loved that idea. And so I've been trying to think how I could make that like a usable lot, because I thought about making it a park, but I kind of wanted to do a sort of different type of community lot. And so what I did, I turned it into a retail store. So this is like a little flower shop with a community garden area. There's this greenhouse sticking off the side of it, and I felt like this could kind of work as the modern extension like I've been doing with the rest of the houses. It's a little bit of a cheaty way because of course it's not really like a modern extension to the build, but I really like it. I think it looks so adorable, and I filled the garden area up in the greenhouse with a bunch of different plants. The greenhouse has some like tropical different types of flowers inside there. There's like pomegranates and some orchids, and then birds of paradise. So I thought that was kind of a good idea. And then in the garden areas, there is a bunch of flowers, vegetables, like herbs and those types of things. I think I included every single type of plant that we have in game, except for the ones that came with Get to Work. So there's no alien plants, and then also none of the plants that came with Outdoor Retreat, because I kind of wanted to leave some of those plants for that world. Because if you guys did see, I did a special build for the hermit that lives in Granite Falls, and they have their own garden area that has all of the plants that came with that pack. So like if you really wanted to collect all of the plants, you would have to find the hermit's house and then like, you know, go harvest their plants and stuff. So I kind of wanted to leave that for that build. And this one has more of just regular fruits and flowers and vegetables and those types of things. And the landscaping on this build, I really wanted it to blend into the landscaping. And unfortunately, this is one of those worlds, or at least part of one of the worlds, where we have like none of the plants that surround the lots. It is so frustrating. I am so thankful that they did release some of the plants that came with Strangerville, because I was really disappointed about that. You guys heard me complain about that a lot, and I was so excited that they released them, but there are still so many plants that we have in game that aren't available in the Build a Buy catalog and not available in the debug menu. So I would be totally fine if they would just release plants that would be in the debug menu, because I feel like they don't have to be as detailed. They kind of look a little bit less quality, and I honestly don't mind just to have the variety and make them kind of blend into their surroundings a little bit more. So the island of Windenburg has all of these like trees and grasses and bushes and stuff that we don't have anything like it, but I tried my best to make it blend in, and I really like the way it turned out. But here I am moving on into the interior. So for the interior, I did want to section off a couple of different rooms, and one of the rooms I did end up leaving pretty open because I wanted that to be like the kind of gardening studio. What would I call it? Like the flower arranging studio. And then the other one is the bathroom, which I am decorating right now. So I did mention when I did my countryside cafe over on the countryside of Windenburg, I mentioned how I was thinking about having Moira run that cafe, and I wasn't really thinking that it was going to work because your Sims can't really run cafes, and I didn't like that lot as a retail lot. I tried running it as that and I felt like it didn't really work that great. So I did run this one as a retail lot, and I really do like the way it runs because I feel like this one just works a little bit better than that one. So I think I might have Moira run this one, and then she could come here and she could like do her flower arranging and sell honey and stuff too, because there's lots of bees outside. And off camera I didn't record this, so I do apologize because I didn't think about it till afterwards. I was actually trying to find the honey in the debug menu, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know if I was just missing it. But I downloaded some rooms off of the gallery instead of having my sim like harvest a bunch of honey, and then I put them on tables next to each of the beehives, and I thought that was kind of a cute idea. So your Sims can come here, they can buy flower arrangements, they can buy a couple of like random decorations that I set for sale, and then they can come here and buy honey too. But here I am placing those beehives, and so I kind of had to cram a couple of them in, but your Sims can definitely get to them. I did playtest this lot quite a bit and I really enjoyed it, so I thought this was such a fun lot. I playtested it both as visiting it and also running it, and I played it more as running it, and I really enjoyed that. So if you are looking to run sort of like a little flower shop, I think this works pretty good, at least for what I was doing in game. So hopefully you guys will like it too if you decide to play with it. And then over here I do have some counter space behind the kind of like counter where the register is going to be. What do you call that? I can't think right now. I am still sick. I've mentioned this in my last couple of videos, so I do apologize. But I am pre-recording for my mom coming to visit, and I was planning on doing this earlier, but I'm doing it now, and so I'm all stuffed up, so please forgive me. And yeah, anyways, so I decided to kind of merge these shelves that came with laundry day into these cabinets, and I really like the way it looks, especially in this color because they're pretty similar in wood tones, so I thought this looked really good. The only thing that I was trying to do was cover up the iron, because I felt like it didn't really make sense for there to be an iron up there when this is like a flower shop. So I do end up finding, I think one of these watering can planters. I just kind of cover it up and it looks okay, so I felt like that was kind of nice. And then back here on this counter, this is one of my favorite spots of the entire build. So I put a bunch of random decorations back there, and I also end up going into the debug menu and pulling out a bunch of plants, just like flower clippings and stuff, because I was kind of imagining that, you know, if Moira works here or whoever was kind of in the middle of doing some cuttings or some flower arranging, and I really like the way that looks. But first, I'm kind of trying to figure out where I'm going to place a few different decorations. I was not exactly sure what I wanted to do with this whole area. I looked at several different pictures on Pinterest of like interiors to flower shops, and I saw a lot of really beautiful interiors, but I didn't see anything that I necessarily thought that we could do in The Sims. So I was kind of just winging it, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out, but it takes me a little while to get there. And here I did place these wreaths on the wall, and I really did like these, and right now they're completely like lit up, but here in a little while I'm not exactly sure what I placed that changed it, but they go completely black, or not completely, but they're really shadowed and they don't look that good, so I do end up getting rid of them. But over here I am starting to decorate these back counters like I was talking about. I have a few of these pots and some of these planters, and I think they look so good back here. But yeah, my favorite part is definitely going in and pulling out all of these different flowers and placing them around. I also placed a bunch of like pins and a notepad on the counter next to the register. I thought that was really cute. I was trying to make it look like as detailed and as decorated as I possibly could. Oh, and then this, I fill up this basket with some of these watermelons. I thought this was so adorable. It definitely gives me kind of like farmer's market vibes, or maybe even like a grocery store, which are a couple of things that I would really like to build eventually, and some of you guys have mentioned that you guys would like to see that too, so hopefully I can make that happen because I think those would be a lot of fun to build. So yeah, we will see what happens. But anyway, so now I'm just going through and pulling out some more decorations. Like I mentioned, basically this is just me going through the debug menu forever. Like I cut out a lot of me scrolling through the debug menu because I was just trying to like hunt and find all of the different little decorations that I wanted to include. I also hang some garlic up on the wall, which I really like. I thought that was kind of nice to have. And those are something that I never think of, but I'm really happy that I remembered them and included them in this build because I definitely feel like they work. And yeah, here I am placing those flowers. I don't end up leaving all of these because I felt like it looked a little bit too chaotic and busy, so I just kind of left my favorite ones over here. And I really like the way it turns out. I also have a couple of the birdseed boxes. Thought that looked really pretty. And then I think that's it for all of the decorations on the back counter. And then over here I do place this kind of step stool ladder thing. I really like that decoration. I believe it came with backyard stuff, but it has a few different planters on it, so I put it over there in the corner and I really did like it. And then here I'm stacking up these books, and this was really time consuming, but I don't end up leaving these here. I kind of wish I would have, but I do end up getting rid of them, and I end up including, I think, one of the displays for maybe flower arranging. I forget exactly which one I include. And then here I have this watering can that you can find in the debug menu, and I put this rose inside of it. I thought that was really cute. And then other than that, I just have a few decorations here by the register, those pins and notepad like I mentioned, and then some of those cards with either the tractor or gnomes drawn on them. I can't exactly remember which one I used, but those cards are so cute. I absolutely love them. And then over here I do have a side table where I put a lamp and some books and some flowers and a few other decorations. I really like the way this table turns out, but here in a moment you will notice that these wreaths go completely shadowed. I didn't decide to like kind of mess around with it or try to figure out exactly what caused them to become shadowed. I just got rid of them and replaced them with, I think, the wreath that came with Laundry Day. So there they did become shadowed. I just got rid of them. It's so frustrating when that happens. I feel like so many items in game have really weird shadows on the interiors of builds, so I just got rid of them. I think I do end up including one above this door right here if I remember correctly, but not exactly sure. But over here I am placing some artwork. I really like the way this area turned out. I end up placing these 4 paintings and I just kind of shuffle them next to each other, and I feel like they look really good, so I'm happy with the way that turned out. And then here I was going to place this chair, but I decided I didn't quite like the way it looked. And then here I have these tables, and on top of them I end up including the actual flower arrangements that your Sims can do. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they look a little bit weird. Even after I had my Sim go in and place a vase on them, I feel like the actual arrangements themselves look like they're only greenery. There's not really many flowers, so I'm not exactly sure if I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, I haven't really played with it at all, so I'm probably missing something. So if you guys know a way to make them look like there's more flowers inside of them, or maybe that's just how they're supposed to look, I'm not exactly sure. So if you guys know, definitely let me know, because I feel like they look a little bit strange. But yeah, this is basically it for the interior. Over there I did place that wreath that I was talking about above the door, and then here I was going to place some artwork that I think I do place. Yeah, I placed those there, but I think I end up moving them in just a little while. And then here I place another rug, the same one that I put behind the counter. I absolutely love those rugs, and I probably use them to death, but I really do like them. But there I just moved those paintings, and then I placed these flower wall decorations. I'm not exactly sure what to call them, but they have a really harsh shadow too, so I don't end up leaving them, and I end up replacing them with something else. I think a mirror or something, I can't exactly remember. But over here is where the flower arranging studio is, or I don't know, special room for the flower arranging. And what I end up including is a dresser over here, because I felt like it'd be kind of nice to have some storage. So in my mind, it's not like a clothing dresser, it's just a, you know, it's just a dresser for storage and stuff. And I felt like that was a pretty good idea. But over here next to the flower arranging table, I have this side table that came with Jungle Adventure, and I put a few decorations on top of it, and I really like the way that area turned out. And other than that, I just have a couple pieces of artwork, and then that room is done. But here I am just picking out some lighting. I wanted to have some kind of like old-time chandeliers hanging around the room, and I really like the way that turned out. But over here I am decorating the greenhouse room, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, there for a second you may have saw it, I did place the lemonade pitcher on the counter because I thought it'd be kind of nice to serve lemonade. I don't know if that's very realistic for a flower shop to do, but I thought it was kind of cute for The Sims, so that's what I decided to do. And then here I was going to have these like hanging plants from the ceiling of the greenhouse, because that kind of made me think of greenhouses that I go to in real life, where you walk through some of them and they may have some like pretty hanging baskets, but I decided that it would probably just block your Sims, and greenhouses don't really work that great anyways. And like I mentioned, I did have a Sim go ahead and plant everything, so I did have to take all of these planters out of the greenhouse and have them plant them, and then once I placed them back in the greenhouse, then they could water them and fertilize and take care of them. So I'm not exactly sure why there's not enough room to plant them. It's a little bit strange, but I made it work and everything is planted. But here I felt like I wanted to include something in this entryway, so I hang these planters, and I thought that was kind of fun. So really like the way that looked. And then here I am just placing a mirror instead of those wall flower decoration things. And then there I just added a couple more dormer windows on the exterior of this build, and I absolutely love the way the exterior turned out. I feel like it is so cute, and it really suits this whole style that I've been going for on the Windenburg Island, which is one of my favorites for my entire save. I think my favorite one that I've done so far is for the Bjorkson family. I know I'm not saying their name correctly, so I do apologize. And this one kind of looks like the first one that I did, and I really like that one too. So definitely really happy with the way this one turned out, and now I just have to build a house for the Villarreal family and then figure out what I'm going to do on that specialty lot. Is it the ruins or is it the bluffs? I can't exactly remember, but I gotta figure that lot out, and then the whole island is finished, and I am so excited because I just love this area. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it too. But we are coming up on the screenshots, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed this build, and yeah, hopefully you guys do enjoy the screenshots. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!